Hello, this is Lou back with you this evening. It's Friday, November the 15th. The month's halfway over, and there's it's Friday night, time for high school football. There was some high school football played last night, and I posted those scores on the blog. Certainly, some more games tonight. More games tonight. Now that we're in the playoff mode for high school football. Um, The reason I wanted to make a video this evening is Jerry Jones is still talking. He Jerry Jones is talking and talking up the team and trying to get everybody on board and trying to sell everybody about how this team is just, you know, a little bitty thing here or there, and this thing's going to be all okay. And I'm here to tell you, I think there's a lot more problems than Jerry Jones is wanting you to believe. So, according to the reason I mention that is because according to the Dallas Morning News Sports Day DFW uh, today, there was an interesting article by Brandon George. I don't know if you take the Sports Day or the Dallas Morning News, but at any rate, he wrote an article that I just found absolutely amazing that I have to respond to. You can read along with me if you'd like. Just pull up the Dallas Morning News and look up the article. The Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones says coaching staff making adjustments to help inconsistent offense. Now, I'm going to be reading a few of these quotes here that Brandon George had written. He says Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said Friday on KRLD FM that the coaching staff is working hard during the bye week to make adjustments that can help the team's offense that has been inconsistent over the last month. Okay. Quote. Oh, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Sunday night at New Orleans was particularly a struggle for the Cowboys offense. Quarterback Tony Romo didn't complete more than one pass to any wide receiver, and the Cowboys were 0 for 9 on third down attempts. 0 for 9 on third down attempts. Let me give you a horrible statistic. The New Orleans Saints had more first downs than the Cowboys had plays. Do you capture that? It's like the New Orleans Saints had something like 41 first downs, and the Cowboys only ran 40 plays total. Now here's Jerry talking. Quote: The real way to look at it is how far off the mark are we? He like a question mark, right? We know that you can't have a game where you don't make third down conversions. That we agree on, Jones says. Okay. So quote, how far are we away from being acceptable in that area? Hopefully better than acceptable. I don't think we're far away. He goes on to say, quote, I think we're an adjustment here or an adjustment there, and I know firsthand that our quarterback, our coordinator, our head coach, the entire offensive staff are looking and evaluating and making adjustments, and I think they're making the kind of adjustments that are called for. Not dramatic, but the kinds that can make a difference in a little route, how we bunch them up, how we do a few things that I think will have us a lot more productive. Keep that defense off the field. It needs some help, to say the very least. And certainly the next couple of ball games, we need some help with the offense helping the defense and the other parts of that team. Unquote. Let me just let that sink in for a second. Why is that so? Why is that paragraph so seemingly out of touch for Jerry Jones? Why? Because he let me just go back to the quote. He goes, I know firsthand that our quarterback, our coordinator, our head coach, the entire offensive staff are looking and evaluating and making adjustments, and I think they're making the kind of adjustments that are called for. Let me just preface this by saying I'm not a coach. I don't get paid millions of dollars like the coaches of the Cowboys do. But you know what the problem is? There's no running game, Jerry. Most everybody knows in football that to have a successful football team, first of all, you got to be able to run the ball. You keep missing that. You know why you keep missing that, Jerry? Because you and I both know the offensive line is defective because you put so much money in Troy, or not Troy, but Tony's pocket. You don't have enough money to buy offensive linemen. So everybody knows that football teams, you got to have a decent line to have a running game. So it's not like your whole coaching offensive staff doesn't know that. What that really is saying is everybody knows it. You just don't want to get any offensive linemen in here. I'm so tired of watching Tony Romo go up after he calls the play, go up to the line of scrimmage and just kill, 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 and raise his leg. It looked like a spastic trying to get the ball right before the time runs out. Back in the day, back in Tom Landry, it was well precision. They had a running game. They had a big line, and they ran over people. Even Jimmy Johnson's era, they had the best line in the league. And it started with the offensive line. Those guys were big. They had 3 on the left side of the center, 3 on the right side of the center, and they just ran over people. Moose, Emmett Smith was, he's like got the record for, the most yards ever. And how do you think he got that? Good blocking from Moose and a great line. But see, Jerry, you don't seem to want to recognize that. What you want to do is you want to pay a quarterback, one person, $120 million. And by the way, what is he, 34 years old? Okay. You want to pay just a few people a lot of money instead of paying everybody a good, decent salary. Now, this team is by the way, let's throw this statistic in there. This team is 500 since 1998, 133 and 133. This team is a 500 team. Now couple that with the fact that you're $30 million over budget for next year. I don't know how you're going to sign people. And the people that you do sign are probably going to be working for peanuts. I don't know. But you keep getting into this thing, Jerry. Instead of admitting that you don't know how to draft people, you keep trying to say, oh, we're going to do a little bit of here, a little bit there. We're going to be fine. Jerry, why don't you realize that that a little bit of an adjustment here or there is not enough to change this Cowboy team? Don't you realize this team is 500? Don't you realize that? And also, it looks here. Oh, let me go on to say in this article. Here's the last paragraph that I think Jerry is trying to either sell himself or sell me and you as fans. He goes, quote, "We've got to be able to pinpoint receivers, pinpoint the skills of those individuals, and get the ball to them when we want to," Jones said. "We're working on that, and we should be, and we'll get better there. But Miles Austin is a big factor. He's our best route runner. When they're doubling, as they have been, your best receivers in Witten and certainly the 88, I don't know why he didn't call him Des Bryant, what's called for is a great route runner. And I would call him a great route runner, Miles. And so that should be of help to us." Okay. How many times has Miles Austin had hamstring injuries? Just because Jerry says that he needs him, do you think that's going to change Miles Austin's physical anatomy in his hamstrings and he's going to be okay now that Jerry christened him as the anointed one, the super receiver. Again, any passing game, any passing offense is predicated off the run game. You cannot go into a game and the defense knows that you're not going to run. What did we run the ball 9 times last week? Is that incredible? How in the world? I would have never thought the Dallas Cowboys would have run the ball for a complete game 9 times. That's 4.5 per half, or 2 times a quarter. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, bear in mind, Jerry, I'm not a coach. But if I'm a defense going in to play Dallas, I'm not putting no more than 3 people in the box, because I know you're going to be throwing every down. You're going to have Romo up there acting like a spastic, trying to kill, and raising his leg like he's trying to urinate, you know, looking like a spastic when he goes to the line, looking like they don't know what they're going to do. Jerry, please get a GM so that we can get a program together. I know you're going to keep this team well. I know your family's going to keep it, but basically, maybe if people stop coming to the games, maybe if they stop buying your merchandise, maybe if you stop making money off of mediocrity, that you'll consider selling the team, maybe, so that somebody can buy it that really wants to win and doesn't mind letting somebody who knows football instead of trying to be the coach. All right, so have a good day. We'll see you next time.